Hello, hello. It is day 10 of Virtual Success Tips. Super happy to be here. And thank you guys for tuning in for the past 10 days. I have had a lot of fun bringing all of this content together, sharing it with you, and hope that I have inspired you to start to create your own virtual event, or if you're already in the process of doing so, that I have provided you with some tips, tricks, and things that will set you up for success. So the last thing that I'm going to talk about today is staying top of mind during your event. We've talked over the past couple of days how you have a plan to stay engaged with your audience as you're leading up to your event. You have a plan to stay engaged with your audience after the event. And we've talked about unique ways that you can keep your audience engaged during the event. But there's also the part that we haven't talked about is staying top of mind. It's not just about the engagement. So if you think about a live event, you're in a live setting, you have the advantage of a captive audience. Yes, they can skip sessions and step out here or there, but 9 out of 10 times they've spent the money to travel. They are there. Look, I have the wrong one plugged in. They are there, they are engaged, and for the most part, you have a captive audience. The fact that they're physically present increases that likelihood that they are going to participate in your event. Now, as we've all transitioned into these virtual conferences, that's definitely not the case, right? Life gets in the way in a normal situation, but now we have our entire family in the house. You have kids that, if you're anything like me, I maybe am lucky to get a solid 22 minutes. It seems like it's as soon as I hit that 22-minute mark, it's mom. So, if you're anything like me, it's very easy to have these distractions, and then you have to, it takes 30 minutes before you actually get in the zone, and then another 30 minutes to get back in that zone. So it feels like you're never in the zone, right? So during a virtual event, the same thing's going to happen. So it's really important to remember that your audience is sitting behind their computer. They have no shortage of distractions. And even though they may have the event up, it might be on a different screen. They've scrolled over to check some emails. They're interacting on Facebook. They got up to go make their kid lunch, and then they're back. There's so many different things that are going on. And then you add the fact that if they purchase the All Access Pass, they realize that they have the access to those recordings. So it makes it easier for them to come up with an excuse. It's like, oh, I'll just watch it later, right? So some things that you can do, and these are very simple things, and you can just work them right into your marketing plan. The same way that you're planning your email sequences and social media sequences leading up to your event, do them consistently throughout your event as well. If you have SMS text messaging enabled with your registration, that will be awesome. Every time, if you're at a live event and you're using an app, you're getting a push notification before the next session's going to start. Why should virtual events be thing? Send them a message. Just wrapped up this. We're getting ready to kick off this. Make sure you're not going to want to miss it. There's going to be, and then highlight, the number one takeaway or how you're going to solve that problem. So that's just with text messages. Obviously, in your Facebook group, keep using that as well. Post, maybe it's a screenshot from the last session and the next one that's coming up, and remind them to log in. If you're doing prizes, keep pushing those. Push those things on email. Push them on text. Push them in social, because those are the places that your audience is going to go as soon as they swipe or click to a different tab, click to a different screen. They're going to be checking their email. They're going to be looking at their phone. They're going to be looking at social media. So make sure that you're staying top of mind in those ways. And these don't have to be long copy things, just a quick, don't want to miss this session. This is coming up. So two things. You're not going to be able to combat the issue entirely. It's going to happen. But sending those frequent reminders really will help. And so, some people, I think, are potentially thinking, yeah, but I don't want to blow up their inbox. I don't want them to unsubscribe. I don't this, that, whatever. For whatever excuses you may be feeling of why you don't want to do that. I mean, think of if you're having 8 speakers, you could potentially be sending 8 or 9 emails in one day. Here's the thing. They've already registered to attend your conference. That means they find your information valuable. They want your information. I'm in a mastermind group, and I swear I probably get, I get so many emails, and not all of them pertain to me. And some of them are just reminders for upcoming calls, and if there's a call tomorrow, there's a call in 12 hours, there's a call in an hour. And the thing is like, yes, it fills my inbox, but I'm not unsubscribing because so much of the content that they're bringing to me is valuable content, and it's super easy to just hit delete, right? So the people that are going to unsubscribe because you are sending them these reminders all day, they're not your target audience. And with these reminders, emails, texts, whatever it is, that's also another opportunity that you have to sell your all access pass. You've been leading into your all access pass, and I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm probably going to hop on next week and do an entirely different Facebook Live just on your all access pass, because I don't think we covered that in one of these videos, but we could go into a lot more detail, and it's really important because that's how you make your money. So I want to go into a little bit more detail on that. But anyway, that's another way that you can promote that all access pass. Even though they're there on the free ticket, doesn't mean that they didn't just miss a session that they were really interested in, and that session's not available to them unless they purchase that all access pass. So you could even do specials during the event. You could do a, for this time block only, purchase the all access pass. So there's other ways that you can incorporate revenue generating activity into those reminders. So this was a quick little live, just something that I don't see done a whole lot in the virtual event space. And I think that is because a lot of people do have that fear of, over emailing. But, I disagree with that. I reject that. I think that stay top of mind with your audience. Let them know what's coming up. They may not have added it on their calendar. They might have just blocked out the whole day, and the session they really wanted comes up, but they got distracted. So think about the situation, what your day-to-day life is, how easy it is for you when you're watching content. Are you swiping? Are you getting distracted? Did you have it the other day? I was listening to something. I had it on my second screen, and it must have been over for 20 minutes before I even realized it was over. So it was like that entire session that I logged in because I was interested in hearing, I got distracted and I got completely involved in what I was doing, and I heard nothing. So that's one of those reasons you want to keep top of mind. Had I gone back to my inbox and there was an email there, I might have been like, oh yeah, I was just watching that virtual event. So just, important to think about as you are building your marketing plan leading up to your event, post-event. What does your marketing plan look like during your event outside of your event platform? You've already figured out what you're going to do for engagement with the people that are engaged in your event. But what about the people that get distracted? What about the people that have things come up? So just one more piece to think about in your marketing plan. So I hope that was helpful. This is supposed to be the last day of my series, but as I mentioned, I am going to put together a quick one to talk about building and crafting your VIP all access pass. And then also tomorrow I am going to do a live Q&A, same time, same place, 2:30. I've had so many questions come in over the past 10 days, questions that I've had on phone calls that I've been having. It seems there's a lot of the same questions that are coming up. So I have those written down. I'm going to come back and talk to you guys about the answers to those questions. But in the meantime, if you have something that I haven't answered, if you want me to dig a little bit deeper on something that I might have covered this week, shoot me an instant message or a DM, leave a comment in the box, and let me know what your questions are. And then tomorrow at 2:30, I'm going to come on and I will answer all your questions. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Tomorrow is Monday, and I will see you guys then.